Today, I want to share with you my creative process when I'm designing or thinking through something to help visualize and see if I really like it. And I use my iPad and the Procreate program. I bought an iPad specifically just for this program. So I'm going to start by choosing a brush. These brushes are actually design figures that you can, or sketching figures you can use to start from, so you don't have to draw the bodies every time. And there are a lot out there. You can get pregnant people and children and men and plus size. I'm just sketching out what I have in my head. So I'm sketching out the garment first. I don't do this perfectly, but what I'm doing really is copying the pattern. In this case, I looked at the pattern I want to use, and I'm just copying that design on top of my fashion figure. Now, there are a lot of tutorials out there on how to use Procreate. If you really want to learn all the ins and outs, there's a lot out there. I'm going to be just showing you specifically for fashion drawing. There are loads of brushes you can download. Some of them are free. Some of them you can buy. A lot of the brush creators have sales. I got some new fabric texture ones that were on sale recently for a very good deal. So it looks like knit or canvas or whatever as a brush. So then I have taken my fabric that I want to use, and I've taken a picture of it. This actually is in person. I took a picture. Sometimes I can pull it off the internet. And I am transposing. So you can see I've made it so that I'm laying it sort of behind, and then I'm erasing what I need to, so that I've imprinted the fabric behind. So I can see exactly the fabric on the garment, and I'm just erasing the excess. There's lots of ways you can do this. You can do masking, but in this case, I just chose to erase because it just makes life easy. And I just zoom in and out. You can just pinch and pull to zoom in and out. And I can clean up my garment, and it makes it really easy to see, I really like that plaid on there, or the size of the plaid is inappropriate or doesn't look nice with the shape or the style or whatever. So now I've pulled my picture that I have saved again, and I'm going to just turn the plaid on the bias. I'm doing part straight of grain, part bias for this project, just for fun, just to see how it looks. And every time I do this, I choose a new layer. So the drawing is one layer. The first fabric that I apply is one layer. The second fabric that I apply is another layer. And that way it makes it lots easier when you're working in between, that you don't accidentally erase something you don't want to. Because of the size of the picture and getting the plaid sort of the appropriate dimension for the garment, you can see I have a little hole there on the sleeve. So I'm actually going to import a second time just to match up the little sleeve portion there. After I get this all erased, I love the pinch and pull. I can really zoom in and see areas that I need to work on. Here you can see at the top corner where I push the wrench. That is where I can choose files, where I've saved pictures and things to import to bring in. So that's where you find your pictures once you've saved them to your iPad. I often will have them on my computer, and I email them to myself and just open the email on my iPad instead of on my computer, and it's there. There's lots of ways to do it to make it easy. You can just start by searching for or saving it to the iPad if that's easiest for you. So I'm just going to finish up this little dress, and then I'm going to add some text to it. While I add text, I'm going back really quickly to each layer and cleaning anything up that I see. I look pretty close. I get in there and make sure it looks nice and neat. I'm the only one that sees it, but it matters to me. Now we're going to add text up in the same corner where I choose my pictures. You can choose add text and type in what you want in the text box. You can see there's a little place where it has a capital A and a little a. That's where you change your font. So I'm just typing away and choosing what I want, and then I will change my font and the size and move it around, etc., to make it how I like it. It comes with a lot of fonts already installed, but you can easily add open face fonts. I believe that's how it's called. There's a couple different ways you can download fonts, free fonts, and add them to the program, especially if you need something specific. You can also handwrite it I'm choosing one of the calligraphy brushes if you want to. You have lots of options. And so here is my finished drawing. Here is my inspiration pattern that I started from. Here are a few that I've used for videos. You may recognize this Go Team shirt, and here they are sewn up. Now I'm going to go in and use the illustration from a pattern. I pulled this right off of the website, and now I'm going to just drag it in and make it the size that I want. Get it up nice and close, and I'm actually tracing over. So my first layer is going to be traced over, and then I will take away this sketch. So I'm using this as a cheater way to get my fashion piece in there. Wiggling around my picture so that I can copy and sketch and get in close and see what I'm doing. And once I've got it sketched out the way I want, I go in and create a new layer, drag in my fabric, just like you saw in the first one. Using the Patterns Technical Drawing is a great shortcut because you can just trace right over it. I'm going to go back into my fashion figures and drag a few in a row together so that I can start designing and sketching a line. Actually, this is a great way to just practice. I like to use this as a way to kind of get me creatively thinking about a project or fabric. Sometimes I will look at fabrics online, but it makes it easy for me to start thinking through the fabric on the body, the drape, that sort of thing. So I'm going to kind of speed this one up for you. You can see me dragging in different figures and different poses, including a pregnant lady, just for fun. And then I will start sketching and drawing. Just choosing a simple brush for doing outlines. I often do the monoline. There's quite a few options available that come in the program. I'm just going to let this run and you can just see the sketching process. few more that I've done for videos. You may even recognize a few of these because they may have shown up in the video. So this wasn't a tutorial. It was more of an inspiration to get you thinking about your own creative process and maybe a new way to do your sketching or your planning out. I also use this program for helping my husband visualize when I want to redecorate a room. I have put multiple wallpapers in the dining room showing him how they would look. I've moved our pictures around on the walls using Procreate. It really does help somebody who can't really visualize but is going to be the person getting the work done to see your vision. I'll see you next week for another fun video. Look, it's the wallpaper.